do you think that could happen? Zombies?
Hopefully. Make it a bit more interesting, wouldn't it? Are you
Mother.
alright? And if she says no, then...
Are you a zombie?
Yeah.
So what would you do if like other people were like starting to like, someone threatens you? Like, that's my loaf of bread.
That's my loaf of bread. If there was one loaf of bread there and somebody, I'd say, no, it's mine.
Would you chin them?
And slap them. I need something to gun with beans.
Welcome back, Mr. Redpath.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So, this is going to be an interesting one, this one. So, in a previous video, very, very briefly, I can't remember how it came about, we touched on
Dun, dun, dun.
zombies. Really,
Yeah.
didn't we? And
Zombie apocalypse.
are they real? Like, do you think that could happen? Zombies?
Hopefully. Make it a bit more interesting, wouldn't it?
Be extremely frightening.
Who knows?
But exciting at the same time, I guess. Most people have probably had this conversation, haven't they? Like, I mean, it's one of them. It's like, what would you do if you won the lottery sort of thing?
Yeah.
What would you do if there was a zombie apocalypse? Or like, because I mean, we've all seen the films.
It happens when the films are on. And
Yeah,
we've all seen
the zombie
And
films.
at some point in the film, whoever you're watching it with, you go,
Yep.
oh, well, I wouldn't do that. What would you do then? And there goes the conversation.
Yep. So,
Yeah. What would you do?
what would you do? No.
Panic. Panic.
Shite myself. Aye.
Panic.
No, I mean, I think there's loads of factors though to take into account, isn't there? So like, do the zombies like, do they sprint?
Do they run?
Like, are they actually like Usain Bolt and they're proper sprinting at you, or do they just like wander about like Shaun of the Dead, sort of like they're really
depending
stupid.
on what film you watch, that's like
That's
the
the thing,
main
innit?
factor, isn't it?
Now me, I'd hope, because I mean, if they were sprinting at us, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be shiting myself 24/7. Like,
well, if they walk 2 miles an hour, I'd probably go about my life as I
Exactly.
do now, make it a bit more interesting, going to the shops,
just
dodging
dodging
people
a few
buying in.
zombies.
We almost got us.
take a bat with you and just.
I just smack people all over the shop.
So I mean, ideally, we want the zombies to be slow walking,
Yeah.
stupid,
Yeah.
and we're all right then.
No sense in nothing.
I mean, even if they kind of jogged, I think I'd probably be all right. Do you know what I mean? If they were just leisurely,
Yeah.
but if they're sprinting,
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying that. Like,
Yeah. If they're
Not at all.
sprinting, I don't think.
I don't think any of my plans would work.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I
That's the
think
thing,
I'm
that's the
knackered. Let's just say the zombie apocalypse
happens
is-
from coronavirus.
It's upon us,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. It turns out.
Turns out we're all gonna be turning into
Newsflash.
zombies.
Zombies are upon us.
So you're at
Sitting
home,
at home.
normal life. All of a sudden,
Newsflash.
news flash, the zombies.
Yeah.
What do you do? What's your first thoughts? Like, what are you doing? Come on, I want to know what's going on in your head. Like, are you ringing your family? Are you like instantly like, what you do? Are you saving someone?
Yep.
Have you got a weapon?
Family's number one.
Family's number
Family's
one.
number one.
All right.
You're ringing your family.
And you're saying,
Are you
Mother.
alright? And if she says no, then
are you a zombie?
yes, that's the thing. So first thing, ring family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depending on what however that phone call goes, if
Right.
anyone picks up, then
So your family's.
you're gonna be trying to save your family, aren't you?
So you're getting all your family
So
together.
you're getting your family
your
together, the
friends
ones
or
that you
whatever.
like, the ones that you like.
Right.
And
And what's happening?
then
like,
it's the plan, isn't it? Then where'd you go from there?
I mean,
This
are you
is-
taking your time? Are you sitting down to like have a?
I would
like,
be
discuss
pretty in
it,
a
or
rush, I think.
You're in a rush,
I'd
right?
be in a rush, depending, you know.
Are you abiding by the laws when you go and see them? Like, if there's a red light, are you stopping at a red light if you go and pick them up?
Depending. This is the thing. Is it spreading fast? Am I seeing?
If I hear
am
the
I
word
seeing
zombie, if I hear the word zombie, I ain't sticking to the red lights.
Yeah.
There's not a bloody chance.
Are we talking zombies are upon us though? Like you can see you're driving the car, zombies are tearing down the street.
I just hear the word. If there's
Right,
zombies,
so zombies
on
are
the
official.
planet,
Zombies are official.
they're officially here.
Right.
So
where'd you go from there then? Is it family first for you?
yeah. So
Yeah.
ring me family. Are you zombies? No, we're not zombies. Right. Get your cell hour here, or I'm going to pick you up. We'll get everyone together.
Right. So you've
And
got
then,
a handful of people.
Weapons is my next thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what if a zombies attack? Would at this point, I don't know. I'm hoping they're just walking zombies or like dithering zombies. If they're running zombies, we've got a problem.
You're panicking.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking weapons. I'm thinking bats, like stuff out the garage, like maybe it's a big snap-on socket. Like
first thing that will go into my mind is, are we safe here?
Well, that's why I'm getting the weapons, because I'm thinking the weapons, if there's a zombie next door, I want to be strapped.
You want to be strapped.
But in this country, we didn't have access to guns and stuff, do we, really? So in America, I suppose it would be different, because I think you're allowed a gun, pretty much anybody. Over here, you've got to have licenses and all sorts. I'm not staying at home for very long. Right. I don't think.
Right. So at this point, the zombies spreading, I'm guessing,
Yeah, so they've got to be spreading.
Yeah, the zombies are spreading, Yeah,
like you might see the odd one.
Yeah, you might see the odd one. Okay. So then, where do we go from here? What's the plan of action?
So I've got the family, few weapons. I'm probably thinking about now where I'm going to go. I'd probably go on the roof or something.
Right.
Or like high up, and I'd look outside and I'd see, like, if I could see like zombies about, I'd be like looking at them, like weighing them up, like, right, how fast are they running? Like what they're doing, like, do you know what I mean? Because that's, before I start running about, I've got to know what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
I know me mum would probably want to go to like a castle or something with like a moat round, so you're like isolated, got some height, you can see exactly who's coming in and out. If any zombies are running towards you, they're going to fall in the water, which is going to slow them down, if anything.
Right, because there's a thing.
This is what I was going to come on to, right?
Because then I'm on a boat.
Can zombies swim,
and I'm living
though?
on a yacht.
We don't know. I don't know if zombies can swim or not. I would have said no. Because if they start swimming towards us, like bloody Michael Phelps, they in the fucking butterfly dive or whatever, I'm thinking there's no surviving this. Like. But if they can't swim, then my thought process would be on a boat, just slightly offshore.
Learn how to fish.
Yep, and you can go to and from the land when you please, if you need to.
Yeah.
But if the zombies can't swim, you're laughing on a boat, aren't you? What you doing, like, kind of supplies wise? Like, if you're on a boat, you're fishing, aren't you? Like, you got to fish, get some fish, as long as there's no zombie fish. Zombie shark, blooming heck.
Mega sharks.
Oh, I want something here.
Megadons.
So, we're fishing, we're all set up, everyone's safe, we're on the boat, living life. Let the zombies do what they like. Anyone who's going to die at that point is, unfortunately, they're not getting on my boat. I think after a certain point you'd have to go back to land, wouldn't you? You couldn't stay on the boat forever.
No.
Because you're just going to be floating, because you couldn't just drive, like, you couldn't power it, could you? Like, you couldn't have a fuel boat because you're going to run out of fuel. So you just got to drive somewhere offshore, anchor out.
Wave to all the zombies who are looking at you, ready to eat you when you come back.
They might just go in the water and just sink.
Well, that would be great, wouldn't it?
But this is the thing. Can they drown? So if they just sink, or they're going to just float about? Because if they're floating about, they're eventually going to float over to you.
Yeah, and then climb aboard.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's loads of variables, isn't there? I think for me, one thing that comes to mind is going to somewhere like an army base. Right. Unlimited amount of guns and rounds. Well, I don't know if they actually keep X amount of guns at the army base, but I think,
hope so.
I hope so, otherwise where else are you going to find them? From there, it would be food supply.
You'd go straight
to the supermarkets.
Sainsbury's.
Yep, straight to Sainsbury's. There'd probably be about a million people doing the same thing, so it'll be a bit of a fight going on.
So what would you do if, like, other people were, like, starting to, like, someone threatens you? Like, that's my loaf of bread.
That's my loaf of bread. If there was one loaf of bread there and somebody, I'd say, no, it's mine.
Would you chin them?
And slap them. I need something to gun with beans. The boat thing's a good idea. But on land, what we're thinking on land, so say the boat's an option. Is a castle the best place to go?
See, me, I'd rather, like, be at the top of a hill or something, me, like, I think.
And then what happens when all the zombies start coming up from all directions?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, you're not really safe anywhere, are you? But I think if you're in the middle of nowhere, and you're just, like, quiet, and you just... You know
you'd be leaving the city, though, wouldn't you? You'd be leaving anywhere that has, like, lots of buildings.
Oh, in buildings. Because my thing is I couldn't think of no worse than being in a building... And, like, it would be claustrophobic. Like, imagine you were in a building and there's zombies running about, like, in the building, and you're, like, trying to shut doors on them. And, like, I'd rather be in a field with a gun where I can just run away.
What about a house in the middle of a field with a huge surrounding where you're just in that house?
Aye, that's what I mean. That would be good, because then you can just sit on the roof.
Yeah.
Sleep on the roof for a lark, yeah.
Sleep on the roof. It would probably be a wise decision. What about creating your own den somewhere? Underground? No, I'm not
going underground. Like, again, it's the same thing. Like, if there's one zombie gets in there.
What about, happy, like, he has an idea.
I like open space.
He has an idea. What about in a forest? In a huge big forest?
Right,
maybe build a tree house or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good idea. Can the zombies climb trees?
I hope not.
Because if they can, you're knackered.
I hope not.
This is what I mean. I think nice open space on your own, quite high up somewhere, like in the Lake District or something.
Yeah. What about a castle? Because if I'm a zombie, I'm thinking, if there's anywhere, he's gonna be up there.
He's gonna be in the castle.
He's gonna be up there. What's that big, huge building? You know what? I think that's a good place to hide. I'm gonna go and start searching it. Because I think that's like, whenever I've had this conversation, it's a conversation that comes up when you're watching zombie films. Like, that seems to be a big thing. I'll go sit on top of a castle.
Yeah, because you've got a good vantage point. Generally, castles are near like loads of civilization. They're normally out the way somewhere.
Yeah.
You got height. There's probably like a drawbridge or something, isn't there? Like, what blocks it off. So the chances of a zombie, like loads of high walls, it's structurally sound. It's a good place to be.
And then if zombies did get inside, you got a good chance of sort of getting away, haven't you? It's that big.
Yeah, it's that big. You can probably run
around the place.
I mean, you've got to have some sort of like mode of transport as well, though, haven't you? Because when you're going to run out of food eventually, aren't you? Unless you're in the water and you're fishing, you're a really good fisher. So you're going to have to come back to the shops or something, aren't you, at some point? What, like, mode of transport are you taking? Are you taking, like, a big car or something, or a Jeep?
Something.
Taking, like, a pedal bike where it doesn't make any noise?
I'd be going with a big vehicle.
Like,
that I know, if there's a crowd of them, I'm going straight through them.
Like a truck or something?
Yeah.
Like a bus?
Definitely.
Big van?
Yeah, definitely. Not one where you smash into the cars all over the shopping before you know it. They're flipping you over, eating your ankles. If you're driving somewhere and they're eating somebody and they've got movement and there's 1,000 zombies there. Didn't want to be on a pedal bike.
No, you didn't want to be on a pedal bike. No. Ringing the bell at them.
Look and get it away. Beep beep.
And what about other people? Like, what if someone else came to your little remote area? What would you do? Would you like kick off? Would you shoot them? Like, would you kill them? Like, are you helping people?
That's what happens on, what's it called?
Walking Dead.
That's what happens on Walking Dead, isn't it?
Oh, they turn against each other or something, don't they? If I see somebody, I'm being a bit wary because I'm thinking, are they going to try and steal all my stuff? Or like steal me spot, or like what's the crack?
Yeah.
So I'm not letting them in like.
So
straight
if
away.
You're sitting in your, if you're sitting in your castle, for instance, let's say you're in a castle, and then a group of 10 people come, or we need help. Come and stay. Where do you go from there?
I wouldn't let them get that close to begin with. I'd be like firing warning shots at them, and I'd have like a speakerphone, and I'd be like, "What do you want?"
Right, so you're on your speakerphone.
And I'd realise they couldn't shout back that loud.
Yeah, and then shoot them.
And then I'd be thinking, let them get a bit closer.
But would you let them in? Would you let them in? No.
Wouldn't let them in straight away.
But would you would you be open, or is your like 5-6 family members? That's it. Or would you be open to getting a bigger community, like building up to like 100 people? If there was 100 people there that came.
At the very start, I'd probably be open to letting people in because I think everyone's in the same boat and like everyone's like panicking. Whereas I think if you'd survived for like a few months, then you started bumping into people and groups of people, you'd be thinking, why are they like wandering around? Like they've obviously run out of something or like they're looking for something. Then I think you've got to be a bit more wary. So I think initially I'd be open to helping people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then after that,
I agree.
I think you're thinking,
because for all you know, they might be thinking, I'm going to get in here and kill them.
Aye.
And then I'm going to be the ruler.
Horrible now when I think about it.
It's horrible.
If I'm in your group,
yep,
and I turn into a zombie,
yes,
I'd want you to kill us. Yes. To be honest, I'd want you to kill us before I turned into a zombie.
Right. Well, that would be pretty difficult to do, though.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you do? Like, are you waiting for us to like turn, like as I'm turning into a zombie? Or are you just thinking, like, look, you've had it?
I don't think I would personally have it in us to do it until you turned.
Until you turned.
And you came running
I agree, it's tough, like, it would be tough, wouldn't it? I think that's it, like, I don't think there's much else you can plan for.
Like I say, it depends what zombies you're on about. But I do think it would be, like, if it's ever going to happen, a zombie, I would like it to happen in my lifetime. I would like it to happen in my life. I would like it to happen in my lifetime. If zombies could ever happen, I would like to be, like, here for it.
I mean, let's be honest, though. If there was a zombie apocalypse and the government do what they do these days, it'd be knackered.
Aye.
I mean, in World War Z, when you think about it, them zombies in that film, that was sprint.
Yeah.
Because they really do sprint.
Because the organisation or whatever was in place, they were in a nice secluded place, 100-metre wall up in the air, a mile-long wall, and it lasted like what? When the zombies knew they were inside, 10 minutes, and then they were up and in.
Why would you start singing, though?
That's true.
That's why I wouldn't trust people. Because it's like, just takes one idiot. You know what I mean? Like me, I'd be so strict. Yeah. Like, everyone fucking whispers. I don't care where you are, you whisper. Me shouting, me clattering on, you're like a ninja. Yeah. This is a stealth operation. Yeah. If somebody was like loud, I'd just be saying, mate, you're gone. You're on your own. I haven't got time for that. Like, I'm not letting you jeopardise my whole plan. So I didn't think I'd do no fancy. Like, I wouldn't build like a zombie killing car out like that, you know, like what people do. Because there's people out there who literally are planning for a zombie apocalypse, you know. Right. Do you know this or not? No. There's people that are actually planning for a zombie apocalypse.
Interesting.
Like, they're building cars, they're building bunkers.
Maybe they know something that we don't.
Could go and speak to one of them, actually. Get them on the show.
Yeah.
Say, look, what do you know?
What's going on?
Don't. This is a good one. Where does a zombie apocalypse, like, where does it start? Like, is it just some idiot testing stuff out in a lab and, like, it goes wrong? Or is it like a radioactive thing where, like, something happens and, like,
no, it comes from bats. Oh, no. Bats. That's where it starts. Before you know it, the virus is out. Right. And then after about a year of this virus, the first zombie appears.
Because, I mean, if there's a zombie apocalypse, right, the chances are, like, the army and that are going to be out to, like, quarantine people, aren't they? They're going to want to quarantine areas. They're like, really, not only are you get against the zombies, you're against the government and the armies, because what if they're going to, like, quarantine your area, or they think you're infected and they won't let you out or something, and you're panicking.
No, that's
why
it.
You've got to be quick and away.
That's why when I think of a zombie apocalypse and what I do, for some reason I automatically think everybody's a zombie. But about 20 people on there. But about 20 people on there. There's no government anymore. No, Boris is gone.
Boris is
He's
a zombie.
running about. He's running about. Like I say, if the government's there, then that's a whole different ball game again, isn't it? But I think my plan, we get that boat, potentially, depending. Other than that, it's find a place nice and secluded, just you and your people there.
Do your own thing.
Security alert on top, all times.
Be quiet.
Maybe some like traps and stuff.
So do you think most people are going to have this idea? Like,
maybe some traps. That's what I'd do.
Oh, you put traps down. Aye.
That's what I'd do. I'd get myself a good couple-mile field with a house in the middle.
Traps.
Put traps everywhere.
Tripwires and that.
Tripwires.
Claymores.
Yep, claymores.
Barbed wire fences.
Airstrikes. It's like all the airstrikes.
Heartbeat sensors. Yeah. Well, they'll not have a heartbeat, will they? So do you think other people will have a similar plan to us or not? I'm interested. Like, I do actually find this interesting.
It's an interesting conversation, isn't it?
I think most people will have the same plan, me. That's my only worry. That everyone's going to do the same thing. Yeah. All the survivors are going to do the same thing.
Yeah. Turn up at Bamborough Castle.
There's got to be someone out there that's going to, like, get in a plane or something and fly somewhere. I'd like to hear what other people's things are, what their opinions are, and what we're doing. Because they could be thinking these two haven't got a clue.
If they might have the answer. You might have the answer.
If there's someone out there watching this who's planned for the zombie apocalypse, like properly, and they know what they're doing, and they've built a car and all the rest of it, get in touch. Yeah. Because I want to know exactly what's going to happen.
Let us know what you'd do.
Yeah. Anything that you do differently, let us know. If you do it exactly the same as us and you think our plan's great, you're not invited. So don't. Yeah. If there's a zombie apocalypse, do not come and see us, because we'll be away. Yeah. And we'll shoot you on sight if we see you. Tell you what's another good topic, right? What's it called? That film where for one day only there's no laws There's no rules.
I know what you mean.
Do you know what film I mean?
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them, but
Have
I
you
know
not?
which one. No, there's 2 of them out, isn't there?
Few of them out now, yeah. So there's no rules what you're doing. That's another one. I think that's a separate video, though. We've got to cover that in. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, guys.
It's been a pleasure. See you in the next one.